The mother didn't understand what she was seeing. Her dog had clamped its teeth into the back of her 3-year-old son's jacket and was dragging him violently across the yard. Not barking, not panicking, dragging. Her blood ran cold. Every instinct screamed the same thought. This is how tragedies begin. She ran toward them, and at that exact moment, the ground collapsed where her child had been standing. Her name was Emily. Her son was Noah. And until that afternoon, she believed danger always came with warning signs. The day had been painfully ordinary. Late sunlight stretched across the backyard. The air was warm, still. Noah sat near the far edge of the lawn, playing with a small plastic truck, completely lost in his own quiet world. Emily stood on the porch, folding laundry, glancing up every few seconds the way mothers do, half watching, half trusting. The dog lay nearby. It wasn't sleeping. It wasn't playing. It was watching. Emily noticed the tension but brushed it off. The dog had always been alert, protective. She turned her back for what felt like nothing, just long enough to place a towel in the basket. Then she heard the sound. Fabric tightening. A short, sharp pull. She turned. Time slowed into something thick and unreal. The dog had its jaws locked into the back of Noah's jacket, not his neck, not his skin, just the heavy fabric near the collar. Its body was low, muscles straining, claws digging into the dirt as it dragged Noah backward with frightening force. "No!" Emily screamed, already running. Her heart slammed against her ribs so hard it hurt. Images flashed through her mind, headlines, sirens, hospital rooms. She was certain she was seconds away from watching something irreversible. Noah didn't even scream at first. He was too shocked. His legs tangled beneath him as he was pulled, his toy flying from his hand. His small hands reached out, confused, searching for balance. And then the earth gave way. Not a crack, not a warning dip. The ground collapsed completely where Noah had been sitting. Soil folded inward with a thunderous sound. Old wood snapped, rocks tumbled. A hidden sinkhole, decades old, poorly sealed, forgotten, opened into a deep black void beneath the yard. Dust exploded into the air as the edge of the lawn peeled away and vanished. A rusted metal beam dropped into the darkness below. If Noah had been there, if the dog had hesitated, he would have fallen straight down onto concrete and exposed steel, 10 feet below. The dog pulled once more, hard. Noah slammed onto the grass, finally crying, loud, terrified, alive. Emily reached him just as another section of ground collapsed behind them, dirt sliding into the hole where her child had nearly disappeared. She dropped to her knees and wrapped Noah in her arms, rolling backward as the earth continued to crumble. Her body shook uncontrollably. She couldn't tell if she was breathing or not. Noah screamed into her shoulder, sobbing her name, his small body trembling violently. She clutched him so tightly she was afraid she might hurt him, but she couldn't let go. Behind them, the dog stood at the edge of the collapse. It didn't wag its tail, didn't whine. It planted itself between the child and the hole, body rigid, eyes locked on the shifting ground. A low growl rumbled from its chest, not in anger, but warning, as if daring the earth to move again. Neighbors heard the crash and came running. Someone shouted to call emergency services. Another grabbed Emily's arm and pulled her farther back. Sirens arrived. Firefighters secured the area. Engineers leaned over the edge of the sinkhole and went silent. This could have taken the side of the house. If the child had fallen in, there would have been nothing we could do. Emily didn't respond. She was staring at the dog. Only when officials waved it back did the dog step away from the edge. It walked slowly and sat beside Emily, close but not touching, eyes never leaving Noah. That night, Noah slept fitfully, waking from nightmares. The dog lay on the floor beside his bed, awake the entire night. Emily sat in a chair nearby, watching both of them, replaying the moment again and again in her mind. The violence of the pull, her terror toward the dog, the empty space where her son almost vanished. She realized something that made her chest ache. The dog hadn't dragged Noah away from her. It had dragged him away from death. The next day, city officials returned. They explained the underground drainage system beneath the yard had been improperly sealed decades earlier. Rain and erosion had weakened it. The collapse was inevitable and unpredictable. Animals can sense vibration, sound underground, movement we can't feel. Emily nodded, tears running down her face. From that day on, she never ignored the dog's instincts. When it stiffened, she paid attention. When it blocked a doorway, she stopped. When it growled at nothing she could see, she listened. Noah grew. He scraped his knees, he laughed loudly and ran fast, and always the dog was nearby, watching, guarding, silent. Years later, when Noah was old enough to ask why the dog never left his side, Emily knelt in front of him and told him the truth. "Because once," she said softly, "it chose your life over being understood." Some heroes don't wear uniforms. They don't ask permission. They don't explain. They act, even if for one terrifying moment they look like the danger, so someone else can live.